What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Cronos and the bigger picture setup for this coin. We're also going to be running into the smaller time frames towards the end of the video, so make sure you watch through the whole video. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So the first thing you can see here with Cronos and Ethereum, Cronos looks a lot like a classic market cycle. So every cycle has a big parabolic run, a big correction where everybody gives up on it, and then they think it's dead, and then the market starts to recover. This is exactly like what happened to Ethereum back in the day. Ethereum also had a very similar run up and a big correction. Everybody gave up on it, especially in 2020, before Ethereum went parabolic all the way to a new all-time high. So as far as the bigger picture goes for Cronos, I'm expecting a big breakout here and a parabolic run, very similar to what happened to Ethereum in 2020 and 2021. So we're still very early for this coin, and a big breakout is definitely what I see coming. So the best thing that you can be doing right now is to be buying as much as possible in preparation for a big upward move. Now, as far as how big that parabolic run will be, as you can see, we have the NASDAQ Composite Index over here on the right and Cronos over here on the left. So this gives you an idea of just how big the parabolic movement can happen after a correction in a market cycle like we saw on Cronos. The NASDAQ, after the internet bubble pop, recovered and went all the way to a new all-time high. Cronos is set up for a similar move. I'm expecting a huge parabolic run for this coin all the way to a new all-time high, where price could go way above what most people are expecting. So this is why I always tell people to zoom out, look at the bigger picture, pay attention to what's happening on those bigger time frames like the 1 month, because those are the time frames that are going to tell you the most information. They're going to be the easiest to trade, and they're going to make you the most money. Now, according to my analysis, the NASDAQ is not done with its bull market. So when we're comparing the Fibonacci extensions here, we can get an idea of where Cronos could go, but the NASDAQ could keep going higher. So it's not like we're going to get an exact target using this method, because the NASDAQ has not topped out yet, and I believe we will see more upside for the NASDAQ. But just as a general idea of where Cronos could go, the NASDAQ went past the 3618 Fibonacci extension, and Cronos could easily hit the 3618 Fibonacci extension and even start to head up towards the 4618 Fibonacci extension here in the bigger picture. Now, here on the daily candlesticks, we did have a pretty big parabolic run, but the thing is when you're undervalued in the bigger picture, you have to understand that these parabolic runs in the smaller time frames can be very big. We could see more upside here on Cronos very easily, pushing higher here in the short term. Even though we did go vertical, we could still see a lot more upside because of a phenomena called a short squeeze. So due to the fact that we're so undervalued on Cronos in the bigger picture, I'm also bullish here on the daily candlesticks, and I see a reaccumulation pattern forming where we're going to reaccumulate and continue to push up higher here and really see a big bullish move on the smaller time frame as well. So that is my view on Cronos. I'm expecting big things for this coin, both in the smaller time frames and in the bigger picture. So be ready for a lot of profit and a lot of money to be made in your portfolio. Get ready to be printing money in your crypto wallets. And this is definitely one of those coins that's going to give you big returns in this market. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. And as always, stay profitable out there.